Welcome back to another video, guys. Look, we've got a lot to talk about, especially with what's happened over the weekend. Not just the Arsenal game, but the other games and how it's impacted Arsenal in general. And just literally, what's the mood like amongst the Arsenal fans? It's Monday afternoon. We've had a couple of days rest to reflect on the Sunderland game, and it's not all that. You can't look at it as too much of a negative because there's still 20 odd games left, more than 20 games even, and to think that the season's over after getting one draw, having won the last 10 in all competitions, it's going to be an overreaction. It's never good losing that winning run, but it has to end sooner or later, and at least we didn't lose the game. So first of all, the draw against Sunderland, I think we've spoke about that a lot in the match reaction and just generally over the last couple of days. It was a tough place to go. Sunderland set up the way they've set up to frustrate us and play physical. The referee obviously allowed them to do that, never allowed us to get physical. Like I said in my reaction, anytime we try and get physical, he's like, yo, I'm going to give you a jail sentence, you're getting 5 years, you're getting a yellow card, you're getting a red card, you can shut up. It's like it wasn't allowing us to play our game, and I think that was outrageous. It was ridiculous from the referee, but it is what it is. Now, secondly, the Man City v Liverpool game. I was watching that game last night, and it was such an easy game for Man City. Liverpool just didn't look like they came to play. They folded. They threw the towel in almost immediately. After the first 5-10 minutes, you knew which way that game was going. Man City were just looking very, very good. The way they was beating the press, that's when there was a press, and just not getting out of it with a long ball, but just passing their way out, and then suddenly they've got a man over in midfield and they're going on the attack. Man City are looking very decent at the minute, by the way, and that's you've got to be truthful. You've got to know who your main rivals are, and you've got to know who you're competing with. You can't be lying to yourself. So Man City, for me, phenomenal performance, but Liverpool didn't really play, and they allowed City to look that extra bit better because Liverpool just didn't turn up for whatever reasons they were, and now they're 8 points behind Arsenal. I would have preferred Man City to win than Liverpool because I know City won't win at Anfield. More than likely it'll be a win for Liverpool because they will turn up in those games. So City winning now, more than likely they won't win at Anfield. So, it's one of them. Another thing, the media pressure. It's already, you can already see, especially the instigators, as we say, Gary Neville and Carragher, trying to, derail our train and put pressure on us after 11 games. They started doing it after 8, and now Carragher's, coming out saying Arsenal, we've got to be wary, Man City are there. He's trying to put it into our head. He's trying to plant a seed to say that we're going to be suffering from PTSD over the last couple of times Man City have, taken the lead towards the end. He's trying to plant that seed in a clever way, but Arsenal fans, the supporters, the team itself have got to avoid the noise and carry on doing what we're doing because we're not doing anything wrong. We are winning, and we've drawn one game out of the last 11. So it's a bit of jealousy from Carragher as usual. Excuse me. Now, look, like I said, we've drawn one game in 11, and the reaction from the footballing world is absurd. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous. It's like they're celebrating the fact that we've had a draw, and that's because that's how high our ceiling and our standards have been set by Mikel Arteta. So you've just got to avoid all the noise. Another point I want to make is, look, you've got to understand the week that we've had. We played 3 away games in 7 days. Burnley away, let's not forget, that is still far away from London. That's all the way up north. And then you've got an away game in Czech Republic, and then you're going up to the northeast. So they're 3 away games in 1 week, and we've conceded 2 in those games, and we didn't even lose, we drawn, which you're allowed to do in these games. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, it's 2 points dropped in the manner that we dropped the points, but it is what it is. And our attacking line, we've literally got like 4, 5, 6 players out, and nobody's talking about that. You're not going to hear the media talk about that. But it is a problem, and hopefully we can get the majority of them back after the international break, because we really need Gyökeres, Havertz. We need Madueke. Saka's been off par. This season he's not been at the heights that he can reach. He's got a few goals, but we know what levels he can reach. Now the next 5 games, which you can see on the thumbnail and everything, is Tottenham at home. Have to win that 3 points. Got to get 3 points no matter what. Then we play Bayern Munich in between, but that's the Champions League game. I won't even mind if we didn't go all out there and made a few changes. Bayern can do the same. And then we've got Chelsea away at the Bridge, November the 30th. Again, that's a 4:30 kickoff. So these 2 games, Tottenham and Chelsea, are 4:30 kickoffs. So the other teams that have already played before us, like City and that. City have got Newcastle on the first week back after the international break, which is a tough ground to go to. But at the minute, they really are not performing well. But this international break has probably come at the right time. So out of those 5 games, Tottenham, Chelsea, Brentford at home, Villa away, and Wolves at home. Out of those 5 games, we need at least 3, 6, 9, a minimum of 11 points, but preferably, ideally 13 or 15. 9 points, we've got to beat Tottenham, we've got to beat Brentford, and we've got to win against Wolves. Those 9 points are a must. Nothing less. And then the 2 away games, Chelsea away and Villa away, ideally you want to win at least one of them, and if you draw one, it's not the end of the world. And that's only going to keep the gap the same, because City's run at the minute after that Newcastle game is quite favourable. So if we get 13 points out of these 5 games, that only means the gap is going to probably stay the same. And that's how difficult it is at the minute. Man City, 4 points behind us. But what we've got to take into account is before the last international break, we was only a point ahead of them. So at the start of the international break, if we was to say in November after this, when we go into the break, we'll be 4 points ahead of City, 8 points ahead of Liverpool. You'd have bit our hands off. And that's the reality. We're 4 points ahead of City, which we've got to, appreciate, because you can't be 20 points ahead of a team after 11 games. Being 4 points ahead of this City team, where Haaland's just firing left, right, and centre, is actually decent. We would like to be 6 points like it was last week, but shit happens. So that's basically the table at the minute. We're 4 points ahead, 6 ahead of Chelsea, and then obviously Liverpool are sitting in 8th with 18 points, and they're even behind Man United as it stands at the minute. So they're 8 points behind us. If you want to consider Liverpool to be in the title charge, you can do that. But if Arsenal was to lose grip and let Liverpool catch up, that would be a big bottle job. It really would. You can't be 8 points ahead of Liverpool with the squad that we have. Obviously, a lot of players are coming back, and then let Liverpool catch you up with, 8 points. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Trust me. So City are our biggest rivals. They're the contenders. They're the rivals, and we've got to basically, stand up to it, because nobody's going to help us. We've got to do it ourselves. And look, the reality is, the fact of the matter is, it's not been a great weekend, and that shows how tough the Premier League is. You draw 1 game after winning your last 4 or 5 in a row, and all of a sudden the pressure's on. The media is trying to put pressure on Arsenal. I've read a few things on a few different, posts and here and there, and the media, the way they're trying to put the pressure on Arsenal is quite ridiculous. But we've just got to, ignore the noise, like I said. And when it comes to Tottenham, got to take out all our rage from that game against Sunderland into the Tottenham game, and take them 1 game at a time. There's no point looking too far ahead. I know we do it. We always do, because we're football fans and we can't help ourselves. But when it really comes to it, in 2 weeks, we've just got to take the Tottenham game into account, win that, and then focus on Chelsea. Just win the Tottenham game. That's all you can do first. And we don't know what's going to happen with City and Newcastle as well. Win that game against Tottenham, and then we'll see what happens. But ideally, we need 13 points out of the next 15 available. And if we do that, then we will be on a good... we would have built a good foundation going into the new year and all that lot. And then we can hopefully go on a massive run. So, yeah, I think it's impacted us. It's obviously put a downer on us, but as time goes by, after the 2 weeks, and by the time we come in playing against Tottenham, it'll be totally different. And I'm sure that the players, Arteta, Gabriel, Rice, and a lot of them will have the same mentality going into that game to absolutely annihilate and kill whatever's left of Tottenham. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a few more videos out through the week, and I'll catch you on the next one.